What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. What's next in Raid video is finally here, guys. We're gonna have a look at the new features. Now, we're gonna have a look at the new dupe system in here, Hydra clan boss and the loot, and a couple of other things that are going to come in the game in the next few months. I'm not really gonna do a crazy reaction and explain all the dupe system in this video, guys. Keep an eye later on another video. Some of it is a big disappointment, okay? So I'm not really excited with it. That's why I just don't want to ruin my excitement for the rest of the things that we have in this video, okay? So we're gonna cover that in the next video, in the next couple of hours. We're gonna go on the test server and I'm gonna have a look at everything and I'm gonna showcase you the entire dupe system. But let's have a quick look at the video, guys. We have some great stuff coming in here, though.
Where we'll be talking all about what's coming
and
next.
It's not this one.
Raid.
It's not this one
We've
just
got
yet.
a whole lot to wriggle through today, so let's just slither right into it. First up, the Guardian Ring. Some of you may have already seen our other video dedicated entirely to the Guardian Ring, but if not, don't worry. We're going to coil our explanation up into a small ball of cold, hard facts. The Guardian Ring is primarily here to give everyone a way to use their duplicate champions. It'll be replacing the current sparring pit in your Bastion, but you won't be losing the sparring pit you know and love. It's just shedding its old skin and being upgraded with a bunch of new additions. The first new add-on is Faction Guardians, where you assign a special council of champions for each faction that gives champions of their respective rarity within that faction a global stats boost. You'll be able to assign Guardians for rare, epic, and legendary champions, and with this feature, you'll get to have your cake and eat it too, because you still get to keep your Faction Guardians and use them in battle. It's going to be a huge boost to early and mid-game players who probably won't have any duplicate legendaries in their collections, but will more than appreciate being able to strengthen their rares and epics to help them climb over some of those tougher raid hurdles. The stats boost itself is nothing to hiss at, and will be approximately half as strong as the bonuses from a maxed out Great Hall.
This is the best part of the dupe system, guys, actually. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fill them all up, but how I specified, keep an eye for later on.
When it comes to tweaking and adjusting your champion builds and play styles, as well as your Great Hall upgrade strategy, now that you'll have an additional layer of boosts too on top. The other two additions are exclusively for duplicate legendary champions. First, you can empower champions using their own duplicates or some
So this thing right here, guys, got leaked over the weekend. Now, because we do have an agreement with them, and we have an embargo on the content we can post from the test server, we were not meant to post anything from the dupe system. So we're actually going to be able to release videos today on the dupe system, one day earlier, since all the mess happened with whoever leaked it and stuff. Normally we were meant to start posting videos from the test server on new champions and all the new features that we have there starting from tomorrow. Whenever we get access to the test server, we always agree with an embargo in order to get access to the test server, you know. So every time when they're bringing out a new version to it, they want to showcase something like new champions or whatever, we have an embargo. Usually it's kind of like 1 or 2 days before the update. So that means that the dupe system should be coming this week if they haven't changed their mind, of course. But this got leaked. We're going to talk about it today in the next video.
Surrogates if you can't get more than one of that champion, like Lydia. Empowering will help you beef up your champions to make them extra tanky, extra killy, or extra whatever you've built them for. We don't want empowered legendaries to become unbeatable demigods, so we're capping empowerment. You'll only be able to empower a champion up to 4 times. Last on this list, but certainly not least, champion unbinding. If you're sure you have no use for a duplicate legendary champion, you'll be able to permanently release them from your service in exchange for a life token. You'll then be able to take those life tokens and trade them for a new legendary champion at the token trader. We'll be adding a bunch of special champions to the token trader over time, including some that were available.
Again, I'm not very happy with this system that they have right here. These are the 6 champions we can purchase, and how you guys can see, they're coming at huge numbers, right? They show you 3,000 tokens, 4,000 tokens. Now, I'm not sure why they've done that instead of having 1 token, 2 tokens, 4 tokens, 5 tokens. I think it's more like a psychological thing to don't make you feel that you're giving 5, 6, 8 champions for the price of 1. I don't explain it, because we're not able to trade epics, you know. So we're gonna cover the whole part, and I'm gonna showcase you everything in a bit.
via fusion events in the past, so expect to see Molly Tankard, Manaya, Fushan, and the new and improved Tomb Lord in the near future. In fact, community favorite Sir Nicholas will be coming to town very soon, so you'll be able to hand out some gifts of festive fury to some very unlucky boys and girls. All right, that's the big update squirming its way.
Right, so leaving all that aside, guys, the exciting stuff starts from here on. So let's have a quick look at what exactly is happening.
In game very soon, but that's not all. Let's take a quick fire look at a bunch of other updates we're bringing to Raid soon. First, the Shadowkin are getting their own faction crypt. It means more milestone rewards, but you'll still have to finish every crypt if you want Lydia. So if you're close to finishing already, you might want to finish the job before you have another crypt to complete. Second, we're renovating the tavern. We're adding a filter that only shows champions that are eligible for each type of upgrade.
So if I remember it correctly, they kind of announced the new faction opening around January. So make sure you guys are pushing your faction wars now if you're close to completing it, and get your Lydia before it gets harder. Now they're finally bringing some QOL improvements to the tavern and to the gear filtering system. Now here, we're not gonna see the champions that are at 60 anymore, thanks God, because they were never meant to be here. I cannot level up a champion that's max anymore. And we're gonna be able to slide the bruise and everything, so this is going to be a great thing whenever it happens.
As well as the ability to change the sorting orders from ascending to descending. XP brews will also be grouped together in a single slot to make things quicker and easier to manage, and we're also adding a slider to make it even easier to beef up your champions in one go. Third, we're adding rank and rarity filters to the artifact storage, as well as making it possible to select all the artifacts you've filtered for with one tap, so you can sell your gear in bulk. Fourth, and my personal favorite, changes to save teams and skill instructions. We're increasing the number of save teams to 15, and we'll be dividing them up by game mode, so you have 15 for each mode.
Thank you! This was requested as well, same like the other things before. But this means that I'm finally gonna have 15 teams for 3v3 arena, 15 teams for normal arena, 15 teams for faction wars, so I don't have to stress about it every single time that I cannot pick teams for arena in the 3v3 because I'm using the same champions in all the teams, and it's just a big mess. So I'm glad that they're finally bringing this and they're increasing the number for it. Plus, they are gonna allow us to select the champion skills per round, okay? So basically you start a fight in a dungeon, you have the round 1 when you kill the first waves, then you move over to the second round, you kill the second waves. So we're gonna be able to select skills for each wave, which is pretty crazy. Sounds so complex to do, you know?
We're also making it possible to create farming setups that you can run in multi-battle mode, along with being able to set different skill instructions for each round of a battle separately. Alongside these changes, we're exploring some options for how to make it quicker and easier for everyone to speed things up throughout the game, starting with Faction Wars and the Doom Tower. We're going to be kicking things off by enabling super raids for Doom Tower boss fights. And to keep things fresh in battles, we're also adding a new buff and debuff pair that increases or decreases resistance in battle. Being able to have an enemy's resistance is no joke, and we think these effects will add a new layer of strategy to Raid's battles across the board, including introducing completely new team compositions and archetypes.
So, I always said this. In order to make resistance effective again, okay, they're gonna have to bring some sort of champions that don't just buff increase resistance, okay? Because that's not gonna work. If I wanna have a high resistance team for arena, that kind of is gonna happen, that team is gonna go second, okay? So if I'm not getting a turn, I'm not gonna be able to buff increase resistance. So it needs to be some sort of new mechanic in the passives or something that's gonna increase the resistance of the entire team. If no, it's never gonna work in the game, at least for arena fights. And even for the rest of the content, I feel like it's just not gonna be as effective, you know? Like, it's not the same like increased accuracy.
And since we're on the subject of new team compositions, the best thing for that is new champions. A bit of a tradition here on our What's Next series.
Now, this champion right here looks amazing, guys. The design team is always kicking ass. It's just banging. I can't wait to get some new champions like this. I don't know how they're making them so good all the time.
Looking at now is a first sneak peek into the next line of dungeon delving. Boss-beating badasses coming to Teleria in the near future. Okay, that's all we've got for you. Oh, wait, one last thing. The Hydra. You might have already seen a few leaks from Raid Sleuth-like
So actually, guys, we're gonna get a Hydra clan boss as well. We found some more information in here, the loot. And guys, I was right. We're gonna have a Medusa champion coming in the game. Of course, she's gonna bring in the petrification debuff in. How we kind of thought about it when we were talking about everything that we found out about the boss. And I was right with another thing. I'm not gonna spoil it. Let's just watch it, you know?
detective community about the Hydra already, but if you haven't, here's a full breakdown of what will be Raid's toughest, scariest, and biggest boss fight. The Hydra is our second clan boss, in addition to the Demon Lord you're all well acquainted with. However, it's a bit different than just fighting one boss. You all know the old commonly used adages, 4 heads are better than 1, 4 snakes in the hand are worth 12 in the bush, the more serpents the better. Well, they're all true in Raid World too. This unkillable beast will be bringing 4 heads to every fight.
So we're gonna need to use 6 champions to fight the Hydra clan boss, guys. I've told you that I'm pretty sure they're not gonna be only 5, because it kind of made no sense in order of synergizing the entire team, requiring to have so many buffs, debuffs, and all the rest. So we're gonna use 6 champions. Now, I just want to point out quickly a thing, okay? Pay attention to what we have on the map right here. If we're going all the way to the left, we have the Demon Lord, which kind of takes a third of the entire map here, right? You see all the colors. Then we have the Hydras in the middle, you see, with the green. But then...
4 snakes in the hand are worth 12 in the bush. The more serpents, the better. Well...
we have the Great Void to the right. Sea of Serpent, we have Forgotten Land, and the Great Void. Now, I'm curious. What is happening in the Great Void? Is that something that's gonna come out in the future? Probably it's gonna be some other sort of content. Who knows?
Well, they're all true in Raid World too. This unkillable beast will be bringing 4 heads to every fight, each with totally unique skills and mechanics to deal with. Actually, it'll be bringing 6 heads, but you'll only have to deal with 4 at any one time. We'll get into that a bit later, but first, let's break down the basics. It's a big fight, and you'll need reinforcements, so you'll be taking 6 champions into each Hydra battle. And just like the other clan bosses, the Demon Lord, you'll be battling the Hydra to chase high scores and win huge rewards. You'll be fighting to stay alive as long as possible and deal as much damage as you can along the way. However, unlike the Demon Lord, the Hydra will be running on a different cycle. While the Demon Lord resets every single day, the Hydra will reset once a week. On top of that, you'll only get 3 Hydra keys per week.
So basically, it's nothing related with the CVC, guys, because some of you guys kind of had the idea. It's PvE, so PvE is not really going towards the PvP part of the game, but it's gonna be weekly. We're gonna have 3 keys to use during the week. So we're gonna have to make sure we choose the themes right, we choose the strategy right, in order to deal as much damage as possible. By the looks of it, we can actually buy keys right here. So I'm not sure what's gonna be the price of a key, how exactly it's going to work. But the good part is that we can buy keys in case if we fail with the damage. We don't have enough damage to get the max rewards. And don't worry, guys. I know a lot of you guys were concerned, well, I'm gonna have no chance in doing it, etc. They have different difficulties. We have easy, normal, hard, the same like the other clan boss. So that means that most of us were gonna be able to fight the Hydra clan boss. Since you start the game, you're just gonna require to have a bunch of champions around rather than just having one champion, you know?
So you and your clan will have more flexibility to figure out when you want to take the Hydra on. So the Hydra will reset every week, and things will stay pretty much the same week to week. You'll fight the same Hydra with a mixture of those same heads. Each head will be tied to a certain affinity, so you'll be able to figure out a good strategy over time to deal with the current challenge. Predictable, easy, right? But here's the twist. Every 4 weeks, a new rotation will start. This means, just like the Doom Tower, shuffling the pack. Each head will be paired with a new affinity, and the 4 starting heads you have to deal with will change. And in the future, when we add more heads, it'll mean entirely new combinations of 6 heads and a whole new challenge.
So they're gonna do pretty much the same thing like the Doom Tower, guys. every month the rotation is gonna change, and in the future they're planning to bring new heads to join the party. It's gonna be pretty crazy. I'm actually excited for new content, a new challenge in the game. I'm convinced it's not gonna be easy, but hey, if you like the game, you've been playing the game for a while, you know that it's not much endgame to raid, other than just auto-clicking over and over again, you know, so it's good to have some new content.
To make things even tougher, once you've used a champion in a Hydra battle, you won't be able to use them again until after the next weekly reset. So looking to lock in a single, gimmicky team is off the table here. You're going to need 3 unique teams that can stand up to the challenge to get the most out of the Hydra. Then, every month, re-examine your strategy again because the script may very well have been flipped. Because each head is so unique, you won't be able to use the same tricks every time. We're not going to cover each head's skills right now, but here's a quick snapshot of the 6 heads you'll be fighting against in the first rotation of the Hydra.
So we're gonna need 18 champions every week to fight the Hydra clan boss. All these teams and strategies, they'll be changing, guys, okay? So because we're gonna fight different heads and different combination of the heads, we're gonna need to have a crazy powerful roster for the very end game to be able to ace every single rotation.
The head of Torment, the head of Decay, the head of Wrath, the head of Blight, the head of Suffering, and my personal favorite, the head of Mischief. If those names alone don't sound scary enough, wait until you see them in battle. Things get real crazy. You'll be fighting 4 of these heads at the same time, and you'll be fighting hard to stay alive and deal out as much pain as possible. You'll want to cut off the Hydra's heads to maximize your damage, but cutting off a head doesn't mean you only have to fight against 3 heads. Remember how we said the Hydra brings 6 heads? Well, if you do manage to decapitate a head, another will grow back. You cut off the head of Blight, and it might come back with a vengeance.
And that can change during the fight as well. So a new head is gonna come once you kill one of the heads. And you're gonna find out in a second in here. It's not like we're gonna decide which head we're gonna kill first, okay? Because there is one thing happening that we really gotta take care of. And pay attention to it now.
Or it might be replaced by the head of Decay or head of Torment, whichever the 5th and 6th heads are in the current rotation. So, endless pain for your team. But don't worry, you have 6 champions, and it only has 4 heads. You have the numbers advantage. It's gonna be like shooting snakes in a barrel. Not exactly. This beast has another trick up its sleeve. It's also going to be trying to eat you. Every so often, one of your champions will get eaten by one of the heads. Now, just like in real life, these Hydras have long necks and stomachs in their necks. So you have a few turns to chop off that Hydra's head before it fully digests and consumes your champion. If you slice the head off, you free your champion and they're back in battle. If you don't, they're dead and gone.
So that's one thing that's gonna prioritize what head we're focusing first, guys. They're gonna eat one of our champions, okay? And by the looks of it, 2 heads can eat champions kind of like at the same time, or maybe one of them didn't got freed before, but that's kind of like what's gonna set the rhythm. I'm gonna focus on that head now because I wanna free my champion. This is gonna be pretty crazy, man.
And we really mean gone. You won't be able to revive them, and you'll have 1 champion missing for the rest of the fight. Sounds like a tough battle, and it is, but the rewards are more than worth it. To recap, you fight the Hydra just like you fight the clan boss. Higher scores, better rewards. Rewards will be earned in the form of Hydra chests, given out at the weekly reset. And better yet, if your clan manages to fully deplete the Hydra's HP, you get double the rewards. Let's talk about what those rewards are. Aside from the obvious things like Clan Gold, Clan XP, there are some serious rewards on offer. First, you'll be able to win fragments for an exclusive champion, Mithrala Lifebane.
Check that out, guys. We got our Medusa.
We're already taking huge inspiration from Greek mythos here, and Mithrala fits into that perfectly. We'll be releasing a dedicated champion spotlight for Mithrala soon, but as you'd expect from someone that looks like Medusa's long-lost sister, she's going to be able to poison people. Oh, and turn people to stone. That's a thing now, too. It's a really scary debuff that can take people out of the fight entirely, with a downside or two. We'll cover it in greater detail soon, but let's just say in the right hands, with the strategy, it's going to be a game changer. That reward's simple. New champions are never a bad thing. But what about unique rewards or new mechanics? Oh, I'm glad you asked. You'll also be able to win a whole new type of artifact from Hydra chests. We're not talking just a new...
This is gonna be crazy from here on, guys. Crazy. So everybody's gonna wanna make Hydra to put their hand on this gear. It's gonna be super good for everybody, for the entire community, for whoever was left behind in terms of gear. The more you can climb on the Hydra ladder, the better for you, because you'll be getting some sweet loot out of here.
Buff or boosted stats, but an entirely new breed of artifacts that give you set bonuses depending on how many you have equipped. These special variable artifacts will give you an extra bonus with only one of their kind equipped. Then another bonus if you equip 2, 3, 4, or even a full 6 of them.
So you get a bonus for each piece you're putting on. That's absolutely insane.
These are unlike any other artifact sets in Raid and will open up huge...
Like, check that out. You're getting 1 piece 20 resistance, 2 piece 15 HP, 3 piece plus 12 speed, 4 piece plus 50% chance to place a protected buff, 5 pieces plus 12% more speed, plus and 6 plus 15% chance to place a protected buff. So 24% more speed, and all the rest of the good stuff's coming with it. This is gonna be crazy. Again, it's gonna bring in a bit the element of RNG for Arena though.
Huge possibilities in terms of artifact combos and builds. Right off the bat, we'll have 2 of these special variable artifact sets. Set 1, Stone Skin. Equipping a single artifact from this set will give your champion a modest but useful 8% HP boost. Equip 2, and you also get an extra 40 resistance on top. But equip 4, and you'll get access to an entirely new defensive buff called Stone Skin, which you'll get for 1 turn at the start of the round. Stone Skin will mean your champion takes almost no damage from enemy attacks, and makes your champion immune to all debuffs except for bombs.
That is just crazy, man. So we have Reaction, we have Swift Parry. One set is gonna make your champion to take no damage, okay? So Go second teams are gonna be more viable than ever before, okay? And defense teams, they're gonna be crazier than ever before. So this is another thing that might completely change the arena meta all over again. Not sure necessarily if in a very good thing, but it's not gonna be a bad thing either, since Go second teams will be more viable than before. I feel like, yeah, I am excited about getting some new sets, but that's not all, guys.
In fact, bombs will actually do more damage as they can shatter your champion.
We're gonna wanna use bomb champions. Bombs are coming into a play. So basically the only way to penetrate these is by using bomb champions. So bombs, they're gonna come at the top of the arena meta. Wait and watch it.
But it's still a great trade-off for all the benefits of Stone Skin. That's if you equip 4, but equip 6 and you get 2 turns of Stone Skin, plus a boatload more stat boosts. The next set's called a protection set, and it works the same way. Equip 1, 2, or 3 artifacts and get extra stats. But at 4, the set has a chance to protect any buff the wearer casts or receives. Protected buffs can't be removed or stolen, so this set is sure to be invaluable to any champion whose buffs are the bedrock of your team. Just like the Stone Skin set, this becomes even more powerful at 6 pieces. The protection chance increases, plus you have the benefits of all the other stat boosts along the way. If the special mechanics alone work,
run your Siphi on this, run your Arbiter on it, so basically it procs that and they're not gonna be able to remove the buffs from you, or still they increase attack, etc. Even if you're using it, for example, on a Roche card, block damage on your team, or Sir Nicholas, unkillable, you're gonna be able to have unkillable for the entire team, and the enemy with Madame Series or Kaimar or the rest, they're not gonna be able to remove it from you guys. That is crazy again.
weren't enough for you to want those sets. How about raw power and strength alone? Stone Skin and protection artifacts will be available in an entirely new rarity, Mythical.
And the mythical gear is here, guys. That was on the roadmap ages ago. Maybe it was under a different name. But now at least we know what mythical means.
Mythical artifacts are a step up from legendary artifacts in strength, and you won't be able to find these anywhere else. Mythical artifacts start with all 4 substats unlocked, but one of the substats will be increased to the equivalent of a level 4 legendary artifact, meaning you'll be able to eke out a little bit more power from mythical artifacts than legendary ones. It's a small edge, but at the highest level, those small margins make a big difference.
This is gonna be even crazier, like better than the 6-star gear, guys. That's kind of the way it works. So they're not gonna bring in 7-star gear, okay? They're bringing this in, and it's actually pretty strong to see it. Sorry, they're not gonna bring higher than legendary. Like, okay, we're gonna have 6 more stats on it, 5 instead of 4. But we're gonna start with 1 leveled up already, which is it's gonna be pretty crazy. This is gonna be very important for any player that pushes arena and stuff, and is gonna have to focus on the Hydra.
As you can probably tell, these artifacts will be incredibly versatile and useful pretty much anywhere, no matter whether you're focusing on PvP or PvE. The Hydra is a huge update, and we'll be gradually adding more content to it over time, with awesome new rewards and terrifying new heads.
So that's the way the rewards are looking, guys. You're getting around 7 pieces of gear from it, okay? It can drop 5-star, 6-star, and seems like epic to mythical. Hopefully no rares, especially on the last one, because it's gonna be a ripoff. But damn, that is crazy. Imagine all the rerolls you gotta do and how much gear you gotta get at the level of mythical. I'm not looking forward to see that in dungeons just yet, though. So hopefully they're gonna hold off with that for 1 more year.
And we're super excited to see what you guys think of it. And that's it. Whew, that's a lot. We hope you enjoyed our latest preview video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
But that was all, guys. That is pretty crazy. Do let me know in the comments down below. Are you excited for anything that was showed in this video? Now, don't get involved in the dupe system, okay? Let's imagine that we haven't seen that one, and we're gonna talk about it in a couple of hours in the next video. But the rest of it is pretty exciting. New gear sets, they look crazy powerful. And yeah, new mythical artifacts, man. That's gonna be like, wow. But can't wait to put my hand on them, guys. I'll catch you all soon on the next video. Peace.